Hey cake nieces, it's Marisha. Today I'm just going to show you guys a very cute cake. This is actually one for the 21 and up. I was asked to make a cake based on a tequila, and she's like, it can look like a tequila bottle cake, it could look like a regular cake, I really don't care. And I was like, well, I'm gonna just make you a regular cake that's inspired by the tequila label, because working 75 plus hours a week and trying to make cakes, no bueno. It'd be like, can do, no can do, I can't, but I can make you something that you will love, and that's exactly what I did. So I'm gonna show you guys the process of how I made this really cute 1800 tequila inspired cake. If you guys have not done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, press on the notification bell, and let's get started. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, please. So many of you guys aren't subscribed, that's the only reason why. Okay. Now we'll move on. Let's start. For this cake, I'm going to be using my traditional cake recipe. I don't think I've actually shared this recipe on the channel because it is the one that I was using the most for actual cake orders, but seeing as though we're all family, I guess we'll share the recipe. So because this is a somewhat secret, just close your ears for me, press mute, don't really pay attention, all right? Okay. I'm going to start off with 4 room temperature eggs along with 2 cups of granulated sugar. I whip that up for about 5 minutes until it looks like butter, whipped butter. Then I add in 1 cup of oil, just drizzling that in slowly. I decided to also add in a 1/2 cup of melted unsalted butter, because the thing about these cakes that just take oil, they're moist, but they are lacking a dimension, and that dimension of flavor is butter. Okay, they are really lacking that flavor, so I just decided to add in some extra butter. I'm going to sift 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And in that all-purpose flour, I'm going to also add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. My vanilla flavoring is going to be in the form of amazing vanilla paste. I love vanilla paste. I'm actually about to make some from scratch, so I'll be sure to show you guys how I did that. Then I'm going to add about 3/4 cup of buttermilk. And we're going to alternate flour, buttermilk, and then end with the flour. And that keeps our cake from being overmixed. The moment that you no longer see any flour in your bowl, that's when you stop mixing. So I have my pans greased and I have a mat down ready to go into the oven. I did 3 8-inch pans of this vanilla cake. They're going to bake in a 350-degree oven for between 22 and 26 minutes. They look absolutely gorgeous when they come out. We're actually going to have to do an appreciation shot. I have filled my cakes up with just simple vanilla buttercream. Take a look at this crust, like these edges. This is a gorgeous vanilla cake. I can almost see the butter. So I'm going to give my cake a good coating of frosting. If you would like to see the recipe that I use for my buttercream, just check the description down below. So I basically took the bottle and I googled this 1800 tequila. It it was actually a very cute label. So I was like, oh, okay, I could do this. The color was like a muted lime green, and I thought, let's just make a muted lime green color cake. Let's get some edible prints made of the label. I have yet to go and actually get my own edible printer. I know the ladies that do the prints at this point, they don't know me, but I'm just saying, I know who they are. There's always one person who really knows how to work the machine better than anybody else. Or like, you'll go there and you'll be like, hey, can I get this edible print made? Oh, so-and-so, she really knows how to do it. She's not here right now. Okay, great. So I'll come back. They'll redo it for me if I don't like it. So please, if you get an edible print and it doesn't come back like you wanted, be like, oh no, wait, we can't. I'm sorry. Could you just take that back and redo that, please? Because I don't like it. There's a streak coming through this edible print that you see in the video, but that was my fault. That wasn't their fault. I printed it like that and I couldn't get it to go away, so you know. Once I'm satisfied with my coating of buttercream, I put the cake in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to chill. Put that bad boy in the fridge. Put that bad boy in the fridge. I need a pina colada. I wanted this to be a drip cake also, because something about a liquor cake makes me think of a drip cake. So I made some white chocolate ganache, just equal parts of heavy cream and white chocolate. I cooled it down until it became a perfect consistency to drip. That's like one of my better drips. I'm actually very happy with that drip. So I'm not going to drip it all the way around the cake just yet. So I do want to add that bottom skull logo to the cake. I don't know why I thought just rubbing it on a cold rock solid cake it would just stick. No, you have to add a little bit of water, just a little spritzer of water, and it'll stay perfectly. Whenever I go for prints, they always say to me, oh, you making a cake? I want to say, well, no, I'm just gonna really eat. I'm just really gonna eat it. I'm just gonna eat it just like this. I live for a good awkward moment. I'm going to continue on with my drip. I purposely stopped because of course I don't want to drip over the logo. Once I was done with that drip, I added the logo that was on the top of the bottle to the top of the cake. Isn't that a good little spin on things? Good little spin. And the green one is the coconut flavor. So this was that person's favorite flavor of this tequila. I made a muted lime green shade of buttercream. I'm gonna do a swirl border all the way around. Once again, simple but very elegant. And this cake is for a man, so this was kind of like a gender neutral cake. I really did like how it wasn't feminine or anything. It wasn't masculine. It was just a really pretty cake, and he loved it. So that really means a lot. You see that streak that I was talking about? I couldn't get rid of it. Sometimes you just gotta take your losses on the chin. Look, at least we got the logo on there. That was half the battle. And I'm going to pipe a regular shell border. Something simple. Something beautiful. Something elegant. Lastly, I felt like this cake needed just a little bit of bling and glitz, but still be subtle. So I added some silver spaghetti sprinkles. Silver with white, just a few of them. Strategically placed should bring out that pop of couture that I was looking for. That is how I made this 1800 tequila inspired birthday cake. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I think it's simple yet fun. It's everything and then some. Couture and an 1800 tequila cake. Bye guys. See, just a cute little video. Obviously, I filmed it last year because things look a little bit different. We definitely need to pick a cake niece to comment because I've got loads of them. I ended up on Grubhub, girl. Let's go to my YouTube channel. How about that? Sweet Nay on my silicone mat and my jumbo cookie video. She says, thank you for the silicone mat tip. A lot of y'all were already looking for a substitute for that parchment paper.
Guess what time it is? It's time for Guess That Word. That's right. When my audio goes out, we guess that word. So let's see. Who? And I'm like, wait, do it to me. But do it all right. But everybody else. See, it wasn't for me. I have a friend.
Alexa, play I Love Lily John. Playing I Love Lily John. Yeah. Alexa, play Ellie Ellie. Anyway, please subscribe to the channel while you're here. Don't forget to comment down below, say hello, and like the video. I have plenty more videos to come, so make sure that your notifications are turned on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, Cake Nieces.